Water, Earth, Wind, Fire. Ever since the Avatar The Last Airbender first aired on TV, I've been a big fan. I actually consider it one of the greatest television shows ever. But I've always wondered what it would have been like if somebody other than Katara had voiced the intro. So let's talk about it. This is a re-upload due to an unusual copyright strike I got on the original video. Hopefully this one is fine. So yeah, I'm Tanner, and Avatar The Last Airbender is a phenomenal show. It's one of, if not my very favorite television show, animated or otherwise. Really, I get bothered when people say, oh, you'll like this if you like animated things, because the show is good for anybody. But that's not what we're talking about today. Maybe I'll break that down some other time. But today, all I want to talk about is kind of do a thought experiment with you. What if Katara wasn't the only one that did the intro voiceover for the show? Honestly, I thought it would be interesting if each of the characters had a different shot, especially when you get into later seasons, and it doesn't really make sense to have the show introduced in the exact same way. Maybe it would make more sense to have some more catch-up, kind of get the setup or the history of the Avatar world from Toph's perspective or Sokka's perspective. The show's strongest point is its characters, so I always thought it would be interesting to see what they could bring doing the introduction for the show. That isn't to say the introduction that we get with Katara's voiceover isn't phenomenal, because it is. So a few weeks ago I sat down and thought about the different characters other than Katara, Sokka, Zuko, even Aang, and thought about how they might have introduced the show if they'd had the job instead of Katara. Now, I get to show you what I think Season 1 Zuko's intro to the Avatar Last Airbender TV show might have been like.
Water, Earth, Fire, Air. Growing up, I was taught that the Fire Nation is the greatest civilization. My great-grandfather wanted to share our greatness with the rest of the world. Only the Avatar, master of all elements, could stop him. But the old Avatar's dead. My father and his father spent 100 years searching for the new Avatar, the Last Airbender. I found him. Even though he is just a child, his bending is powerful. I won't underestimate him, but I will capture the Avatar and restore my honor.
What do you think? This video has gone up a lot later than I initially planned because it took me a really long time to create that. First of all, I couldn't find a version of the introduction that didn't have the dialogue to put the words over. So I had to scour soundtracks from Avatar The Last Airbender and reconstruct the opening sequence instrumentals as closely as I could in order to have something to overlay Zuko's words from Dante Basco over them. That's the second thing I had to do. So I had to pull audio clips from all 3 seasons of Avatar The Last Airbender. In total, I think I used over a third of the episodes of the show in order to recreate all the words I wanted to have Zuko say for the intro. I know parts of it don't sound the greatest. I'm not a professional audio mixer. I did the best that I could, especially in a time limit, and I was already, honestly, this is going up a week later than I wanted it to. So I hope you'll be able to forgive me. Because I couldn't get it perfect, and I do want you to be able to experience it, here it is again, but with me reading Zuko's part. Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Growing up, I was taught that the Fire Nation is the greatest civilization. My great-grandfather wanted to share our greatness with the rest of the world. Only the Avatar, master of all elements, could stop him. But the old Avatar's dead. My father and his father spent 100 years searching for the new Avatar, the Last Airbender. I found him. Even though he's just a child, his bending is powerful. I won't underestimate him, but I will capture the Avatar and restore my honor. I really would appreciate your feedback. If you could tell me in the comments below what you thought of my version of Zuko's intro, that'd be great. But please don't be too critical of the audio quality. I know it could use some work, and maybe I'll get better if I do any more of these. I feel like this introduction would work best after the episode The Storm, but I think it could work anytime in Season 1 after the first 2 episodes of the show. Maybe it would have been interesting to have the show alternate between different characters' introductions. I don't know. What do you think? Are you interested in this? If you liked it, leave a like on the video just to show me. And also let me know in the comments which character I should do next for Season 1. In my mind, Sokka and Aang are really the only 2 characters that it makes sense to have an intro from, other than Zuko for Season 1, but let me know which one I should do next. Anyways, like I said, I had a lot of fun putting this together. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would, but I think it turned out pretty good and I'm pretty proud of it. With that, I've got some Avatar The Last Airbender art I made to throw up on the wall behind me. Until next time, play hard and bend on.